Hi, hope you're doing well. I am in the gym parking lot right before my workout. I'm about to go chest day. About to go do some chest. But I've been thinking about something these past few days because it's funny because I was feeling a bit lonely. I was feeling kind of alone. And I had asked, some friends of mine if they wanted to go out. Everybody was busy. Everyone was, doing something. Maybe not everybody, but and I just felt kind of lonely. And so I wanted to talk about loneliness. And there's a book I read a while back. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. Really good book. Probably one of my favorite books that I've ever read. In that book there's a quote on loneliness, and it goes something like, I don't remember it off the top of my head because it's a really big paragraph, but okay, the lonely individual often feels lonely because they set themselves up in that way. It doesn't occur to them. You feel, oh, I'm so lonely. I don't have any people to mix with. I don't have any friends to talk to. What's going on? Whatever. But this person has set themselves up, so it is that way. This person sort of thinks that it's up to other people to initiate conversation. This person thinks it's up to other people to send that invitation, to go out, to send that, where is everybody inviting me out? How come no one's doing anything? Blah blah blah. This person doesn't. This person thinks that it's up to other people for them to have fun. You can do whatever you want by yourself. I went to the theater once by myself, to watch The Northman, right? And that was kind of out of my comfort zone. But it was great. Like, the only thing that I was worried about, is like people looking at me and being like, "Oh, that guy's by himself. What a weirdo." But it doesn't matter. We all know this. What I'm trying to say is, you might be lonely or feel lonely, and it might be your fault. It might be my fault. Like the other day, I didn't have a lot of people that I wanted to go hang out with or talk to or whatever. But I haven't really been chatting with strangers on the normal. like when I'm at the gym, I'm pretty dialed in. There's a lot of people I know here at this gym. Okay, there's a lot of people I chat with, and I can do things with, but I choose not to. Right. So why am I feeling lonely when I have this opportunity to hang out with a lot of people, um, but I don't want to, and it's kind of my fault. I'm sure there's local events you can go to, runs, races. Oh my God, running clubs. Running clubs have been blowing up recently. So join your local running club. I'm sure you can mingle with a lot of people. And you're not always going to like everyone that you talk to. So, of course, you just, filter. You just filter friends. Not everyone clicks, and that's okay. Um, but there's a difference between feeling lonely and being alone. Okay. I I sometimes I love being alone. I need to be alone sometimes. I'm an introvert. That's how I recharge. That's how I feel normal again. If I'm out for too long, I just feel drained at the end of the day. Maybe you feel the same way. I gotta go back home, sit by myself, lay down, recharge, do something mindless, or do something that I want to do by myself. Um, like my girlfriend, she's a lot more social than I am, so like last weekend, we were at this nice bar, and an older gentleman comes and sits kind of close to us, close enough to have a conversation. Um, and she just starts chatting it up with him. And in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're about to start chatting with a random stranger. Oh my god, oh no. Turns out, dude was really nice. He was a pilot on a layover. Really nice gentleman. We're having a really nice conversation about what it's like being a pilot, crazy things going on, his travels or whatever. And that was something that I wouldn't have done on my own if my girlfriend wasn't there, right? Because I wasn't going to be starting up the conversation with the stranger next to me. But why not? Why not? Why not? The world is your oyster. Isn't that what they say? There's so many things that one conversation can completely change the course of your entire life. I actually used to be a personal trainer at this gym, that I still work out at. And one of my clients is a physical therapist assistant. So I was working with her, and that, and that's literally what I'm doing now is I decided to stop personal training, become a physical therapist assistant, do the program or whatever, and now I'm done with the program. So if I didn't meet her, and if she didn't like kind of like instill this little seed in me that it's something that's possible, maybe I don't know what I would be doing. Maybe I would be delivery driving for Amazon still, or and working as a personal trainer. So it's loneliness is on the rise, and I don't really know. I don't really have the answer, honestly, but I can think. I can contemplate what I think is a problem. Social media, comparing ourselves to other people's highlight reels, and constantly looking at the highlight reels of other people, thinking that that's their normal day. Of course, that can be damaging to our mental health as well. Just not having people to talk to express themselves in a real way. A lot of your friends are probably surface level friends. There's probably about three people that I can really open up to and get really personal about, things that are going on in my life or in each other's lives, and we can banter like that. Probably only about three, right? Everyone else kind of surface level. And that's not to say that those friends can't transition into becoming more, realer friends where you can have those types of conversations, but I don't really have that much. So, and that's okay. I'm not one of those people. I don't like having a lot of friends anyway. I think like, that's a lot to manage, and some people I just don't like. The older I get, I'm 26, right? The older I get, I can kind of. I've talked to a lot of people, and like being a physical therapist assistant, we talk to so many people every single day. So I've gotten really good at small talk, just bantering, talking about random things. And I'm pretty good at filtering out the type of person that I want to be around, right? And I don't know. I just haven't found a lot of those people. So there's nothing wrong with that. People don't click. Um, but that's pretty much all I got to say. I feel like I'm just rambling now. So if you're lonely, if you're feeling alone, do something about it. It might be your fault, and that's probably not a nice thing to hear. I don't like hearing criticism or that something's my fault, but really look at it like if you're feeling alone, if you're feeling lonely, like you have no one to talk to, what have you done? What have you reached out? Have you reached out to someone recently? Like I reached out to a friend that I haven't talked to in a long time, and I didn't really get a response. So at least I tried. But yeah, I mean, hey, I'm gonna go get this workout in. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope you feel less lonely. Hope you reach out. Hope you do things. Hope you join a club, participate in a local activity, volunteer somewhere. I don't know. Help your community out. You know what I'm saying? Have a conversation with that random gym bro that you always see at the same time, no matter what time you go. Secretly enemies. Have a conversation with that guy. So, thanks for watching. Peace.